Welcome to the next episode of the National Bureau of Economic Research Data Entry Demonstration. Today we are entering the third part of Civil War Union Army veteran Woodbury Harmon's pension record. This file contains all documents submitted by a veteran to the Pension Board in support of his request for a pension, as well as the board's responses. The DAT file has already been populated with data extracted from the regimental record collected during sample selection, the compiled military service record, and the military and demographic data from the pension. To receive a pension, a soldier must fill out an application or declaration which he submits to the Pension Bureau. The Pension Bureau then completes a form giving the result, either a rejection of the application or the amount of the pension award and its commencement date. We will refer to this document as the ruling form. To efficiently input the pension applications and rulings, we match the documents and arrange them in chronological order. When we input these records at the National Archives, however, the original order must be preserved. Harmon's first pension ruling form does not have a corresponding application. Since much of the information from the application is transcribed on the ruling form, this does not present a problem. Information from this form is input on Screen 7, Applications and Rulings. We must first determine what type of application it is. There are 6 application types: new, law, disability, re-rating, reissue, or additional. Chronologically, this is the first ruling, so the application type is new. N is entered. Without the application, we will substitute the admitted date, January 23, 1864, for the date of application. The date of the Pension Act is given at the top of the ruling form and is input July 14, 1862. For an explanation of pension laws and how they affect the data, please visit our website. Claimants are represented by pension attorneys or agents. Harmon's pension agent is William Hobbs, Jr. Harmon is claiming a pension for gunshot wound in the right shoulder. When a disability is claimed by the soldier, we record X under soldier. If the pension board approves a disability, we record X under board. The board's approval of the claim is indicated by the granting of a pension rate for that application. Harmon is admitted to the rolls with a pension of $6 per month commencing February 17, 1863. We refer to the amount as the pension rate or rating. The next 2 documents are the declaration and ruling forms dated 1879. During this era of the pension system, changes to pension amounts were sometimes made without action from the claimant. This happens most often in relation to wounds received in service that may be healing, and therefore the amount of disability is decreasing. On this document, 2 reductions in the amount of the claimant's pension are noted: $4 in January of 1864 and $2.66 2/3 in March of 1866. This latter amount will be rounded up to $2.67. Even though we have no formal application or ruling forms, these amounts must be recorded. The inputting program has room for up to 20 applications and rulings. In this instance, without the application form, the application type will be increased law. The inferred application date is the commencement date, January-1864. The only other information we have is the ruling of $4 and the commencement date. This represents a decrease from his previous rating of $6. The second decrease in pension recorded on this form is input in the same manner: application type law, application date March 1866, and ruling amount rounded up to $2.67, commencing March 1866. We will now input the applied for ruling. The soldier is applying for an increase due to disability, so the application type is D. The application date is December 6, 1879. The soldier is 46 years old at the time of application. There is no pension law given, so we do not input a pension law, following our rule of if it's there, put it in, if it's not, leave it out. His attorney is Benj F. Treadwell. On both the application and ruling forms, the soldier is claiming a gunshot wound in his right shoulder. This 1879 ruling form represents the basic structure of the forms that will be used until 1907, when the pensions changed from being disability-based to being age-based. The center section is divided in half. On the left are the disabilities the soldier is asking to be pensioned for. On the right is what the board approves. Also important to note is that the board can approve and recognize a soldier has a disability without granting an increase of pension for that disability. The soldier receives an increased rating of $3 per month commencing March 3, 1880. Every application has a residence for the soldier. The inputter checks to make sure that the residence is not only input, but the window of time is accurate. We need to enter December 6, 1879 in the to date field with a quality code 9. The soldier filed for a pension increase for disability on December 12, 1883. He is 50 years old. His attorney is Benj A. Ward. The soldier claims and is approved for disability due to a gunshot wound in his right shoulder. He receives an increased rating of $6 per month commencing April 23, 1884. About this time, the Pension Bureau starts noting if the claimant can write. This is found at the bottom of the ruling form. On this form it says CLMT writes. The application also gives a new address for the soldier, which is entered on the residence expansion screen. He is now living at 24 Mariana Street in Lynn, Essex County, Massachusetts. The application date, December 12, 1883, is entered in the from date with a quality code 9. The soldier's next application does not have a corresponding ruling form, so no new information is entered on Screen 7, Applications and Rulings. However, personal information about the soldier such as residence, occupation, and labor force participation is still recorded. The application lists a new residence for the soldier, 81 Chestnut Street in Lynn, Essex County, Massachusetts. The date of the application is November 22, 1887. The soldier claims he cannot work at manual labor, at hand heel shaving, or running a Mackay nailer. These may be tasks related to his occupation of shoemaker, but will be input as specific separate tasks. The tasks will be dated November 22, 1887, the application date accompanied by a quality code 2 indicating before. The soldier's condition, unable to work, is entered as a labor force participation rate. The reported date is September 1886. The entry is given a quality code 1 to indicate an inexact or about date. The soldier's claim of having suffered from asthma caused by burning pitch pine saplings in camp at Frederick, Maryland during the war is not entered. Medical information from the war is only entered from official records. The next application for pension is on October 13, 1888. This application file type is reissue as written on the ruling form. He is 55 years old. His attorney is Benj A. Ward. The soldier claims and is approved for disability due to a gunshot wound in his right shoulder. On the application and ruling forms, the soldier claims asthma as a disability. The board approves cardiac asthma. Inputters are taught to use the language of the board when entering the same disability. The soldier also claims disability due to disease of heart, which is not approved. His final claim is for dyspneic breathing, which is also not approved. There are 2 pension ratings on this ruling form. When this happens, the same application is used for each rating. The first rating given is $14 per month commencing December 16, 1887. For the other rating, we enter the same application information. The second rating is $17 per month commencing October 1, 1890. Multiple ratings on a single ruling form are not uncommon. The bottom third of the ruling form, the history of claims and former action, is examined to ensure that all the soldier's claims and rulings have been entered correctly. The claimant gives his address on the application as 199 Chestnut Street, Lynn, Essex County, Massachusetts. We enter this with the application date, October 13, 1888, in the from date field. The next application is dated August 20, 1902, and is an increase based on disability. The soldier is 70 years old. His attorney is Tolman & Co. The soldier claims and is approved for gunshot wound right shoulder and cardiac asthma. The pension board acknowledges the disabilities but does not approve an increase. An R for rejected is input in the appropriate field. The soldier writes. The soldier has a new address, 227 Essex Street in Lynn, Essex County, Massachusetts. The soldier claims total disability, which is entered in the labor force participation field. The disability pension demonstration is now complete. Please join us for part 4, in which we will enter Woodbury Harmon's old age pension applications. Other demonstrations are available on our Union Army Data YouTube channel or at uadata.org. On uadata.org, you will also find user guides, manuals, contact information, and of course, the Union Army datasets for download. If you have any questions, we are happy to help. Thank you for watching this demonstration.